Why, hello, 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 my crown crew. This is your girl, Gloria Jean, a seasoned queen, and I'm sitting in a special corner of my place that I like to come sometimes and read, pray, meditate, that kind of thing. So I decided to change it up. So whenever I'm sitting in this corner, it's going to be called Corner Confessions, okay? So, guys, boy, oh boy, I just watched a show on Netflix called Tinder Swindler. I had 2 hours to kill simply because Madison is not feeling well, and it's been about 10 days now, and we're trying to pass some time away, and I am so glad I sat down with her and started watching because I learned so much, guys. Please, when you get a chance, watch this show on Netflix, Tinder Swindler. I was in the process of getting ready to stop an hour in saying, these women are so stupid. And Ben's like, Mom, keep watching, keep watching. I was like, okay. So I'm so glad I kept watching because, guys, these ladies met this one guy, and y'all already know how it's going to go. And I'm warning you anyway, if you're meeting somebody on the internet, on dating sites, you don't really know that person. Now, there are situations where people have met on dating sites and they have a wonderful marriage, a wonderful relationship. So I'm not discounting that because I do have friends and family who have met their spouses on dating websites. So, yay, kudos to you guys. But, guys, that's few and far between. Don't be stupid. Don't be no fool, like my mom used to say. I was a fool though, but don't be no fool. But I ain't no fool, guys. I don't date on dating websites. I won't go on Tinder. I won't go on Christian Mingle or whatever they call it, Black Planet. None of that. Don't bring that foolishness to me because I don't want it, and you shouldn't want it either. Meet somebody organically, and even when you meet somebody organically, in my case, they're still frogs. They are. So be careful, guys. Be very, very careful out in these streets. I'm telling you guys, you gotta protect your heart. You gotta protect your wallet because that's exactly what this guy was after. He was after their money. So you gotta watch it. I'm not gonna give it away unless you want me to, but you gotta watch it, guys, because it will make you say, what was going on with these ladies? Or it make you say, they were so dumb. Oh, but guys, it can happen to anybody. I'm telling you. First, he love bombed them to death. I mean, took them to the best dinners and, you know, flashy this and that. Guys. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe it, guys. Don't date people on dating websites. That's all I'm going to say. Don't bring it to me. Don't bring me nobody on no dating website. I don't want them at all. I don't want them. Because if you're on a dating website, you're desperate, in my opinion. Now, y'all can get mad at me all you want, but that's just what I think. Yes, I said it. So if you're mad, you're mad. But again, if it worked out for you, don't get mad, get glad, right? That's what my parents used to say. And I would tell you this. I almost got caught up when I came to Los Angeles. I was already like heartbroken and, angry and, mad and all this stuff. And then I kind of let somebody in and, this person tried to play me. But guys, I think I got the last laugh. At least I hope I got the last laugh. Because when I was in my broken state, and this wasn't on any of those websites, this was somebody I met out somewhere. And when I was in my broken state, I just poured out my heart. I was like, I don't know. I was just spitting it out. I was so angry and mad. And men can pick up on that, guys. And they love it when they're looking to defraud your heart. Be very careful. Because I'm not going to say this guy set me up. But I don't usually go out to clubs and stuff like that, but I had met someone in a grocery store, and only one person knew where I was that day, besides my girls. Only one person knew where I was. And then I see this other guy in the grocery store. He's like, oh, you're really pretty. What are you doing in this store? And I started, just spitting out, vomiting out my stuff, which, I should have never done. But he's like, "Where are you coming from?" I was like, "I'm just coming from a job interview." He said, "Oh, what are you looking to do?" So then, of course, I talked more and more. Now, this was a really big guy. Nothing against, big guys, but this guy was a big, big guy, just to set this up. And he wasn't a bad looking guy. He was a black guy. And he had a nice suit on, but I was just checked out of the grocery store. I checked out, my stuff that had gotten, and he was at the next counter, and kind of lured me over by, having a friendly conversation with me. So I thought, but what I didn't realize, signs, red flags are always there, guys. He was only getting luncheon meat, and he had a big water. And I'm saying, if I had been thinking, if I wasn't in my pain, I would have said, why is someone that massive only drinking water and has, some ham or slices of ham? But I wasn't. I didn't think about it, right? So he was like, "Hey, what are you doing in here? All this, right?" Making small talk, and I'm like, "Yeah." But anyway, he invited me to a professional party, like a weekend later. And he was like, "Bring 3 people." And I was like, "Okay." I was all excited. I was like, "Wow, I'm just coming. I'm meeting all these people." Let me tell y'all, it was a restaurant, and it was a nice restaurant. It's a legitimate restaurant. It was on Sunset Boulevard. And the people that I invited 3 people. They all couldn't make it. And the one person I invited, now the other 2 people, they were a couple, so I know for a fact they were legitimate. I mean, they were definitely legitimate. They legitimately could make it, and they are really good people. But the one person that I invited, I'm not so sure who he is or what he is or anything, because I think that might be the person who may have set me up. But I said all that to say that I got all dressed up. I mean, I was looking sexy. The girls were just, kind of like popping. And that's not even me, guys. I don't go to clubs. I don't go out dancing. I don't do any of that. But I did it. And I got dressed up, like I said. Maddie had spackled my face. I was looking really cute. And I walk into the restaurant, and I see all of these guys just looking at me. I felt like I was like in a meat market, right? And the next thing I know, they started coming over. "Hi, beautiful lady. How are you?" And I was like, "I'm fine." And then the guy that had invited me, he comes over. He's like, "Hi, Gloria. You having a good time?" He said, "I'm going to bring 2 people down to, just to keep you company." I was like, "Okay." People weren't legitimately in the restaurant eating, people who weren't part of this professional group. And then they had a DJ and stuff who was, I guess he was, doing his thing. But then a couple of men, came over and, "Hey, how are you? What's your name?" I'm innocent, so I'm thinking, hey, I guess they like what they see, but it didn't mean anything to me, right? So, long story short, the next thing I know, the guy who, I think Mr. Pimp, who invited me, comes over and said, "Hey, let's go take some pictures." And I'm like, "Okay." So all I saw, guys, when we went to gather for the pictures, these men started hovering around us, and they had some beautiful ladies there. And one girl said to I guess the pimp guy who lured me to the restaurant, said, "I don't look so pretty tonight. I feel so fat." And he was like, "Girl, you're beautiful. Stop. Get in that picture and take that picture." So we took a lot of pictures, guys. We all took, I thought, legitimate pictures. We took individual pictures. We took pictures with ladies. We all just innocently took a picture. It's probably about maybe, I don't know, 20 beautiful women, maybe, if that. Then we took pictures like with the guys and the ladies together. And then I just kept asking questions, because that's just me. I'm inquisitive, right? So I asked a girl who was kind of hanging out with me and asking me, "Hey, you think you'll come back next weekend? We have a party here." I was like, "What do y'all do at these parties?" She's like, we just sit around and we chat and, we just have fun. I was like, every weekend? So it was like, that's not my style to myself, right? And I was like, I know I'm one and done to myself. So I never noticed, guys. This is how naive I was. Now, I was in my bubble for 31 years. Thank God for that, right? But when I came out into this world, seriously, guys, like so much had changed. Seriously. So, it's almost like I was 18 all over again and just going off to college. But no, I wasn't. I was a grown A woman who should have known better, right? So then finally, um, the pictures and stuff, they were over. And then I was like, it's been an hour and a half. I think I'm going to go home. I'm not about to dance or, you know, be interested in anybody here, right? So, so as I was getting ready to leave, the pimp guy, I think he's a pimp, says to me, Gloria, do you see anybody here that you want to date? I said, date? I said, no. I don't see anybody. I'm not interested. And he's like, oh, okay. And I said, actually, I'm getting ready to leave. He said, oh, I'll walk you to your car. So right before he walked me to my car, this other guy, he was outside of the restaurant. He calls me over. He's like, beautiful lady, I want you to have my card. So I took his card and he kissed my hand. And I was like, that's odd. I've never had somebody just kiss my hand like that. That's weird, right? So he gave me some little jacked up car that I still don't even believe that was legitimate either. But anyway, I walked to my car. The valet, got my car. I'm gonna say the pimp guy, actually, said goodbye, whatever. And I should back up to say that there was a mother hen. She was beautiful. She was older than us, but she was beautiful. And supposedly, they all had corporate jobs. Supposedly. Now, I don't know how true it is because I didn't look up any of them. And I probably would not have gotten legitimate names anyway. But supposedly, she had a corporate job, but I believe she was going to be the mother hen. So we probably, all of us, I mean, maybe they all knew about it. Maybe they all were in, but they were probably just trying to bring me in. So that was scary, guys. I'm telling you. So the next day, the friend or the alleged friend asked me how did it go, and I was like, it was really weird. I said it was so weird. I said, I didn't get why I was there. Like it was something that I wouldn't entertain. But I didn't know why. He was like, what was the person's name? Because the lady who I took a picture with, I hadn't even noticed, but she was dressed very, very, like, scantily. I mean, she practically had on, like a see-through outfit with, I guess with a thong under it. And I didn't even notice until I looked at the picture, like, much later on. I didn't notice, right? And then he was like, oh, that's such and such. Lose that guy's number. Don't ever, ever, ever talk to him again. Block him. And I was like, okay. So then he was like, I'll call you right back. So he called me right back. And he was like, he would never bother you again. I was like, okay. And that was the end of it. It was the weirdest thing, guys. I hope he would never bother me. And I hope the guy that may have set me up, I hope he never bothers me either. But I never, ever answered any text or anything. He stopped bothering me probably about a year and a half ago anyway. But that was scary. So then I watched this, was it Tinder Swindler? And while I'm not triggered, I'm actually grateful because I'm so glad I'm not in this space where I'm so desperate for a man and for a relationship that I will now fall for anything. Yes, I was broken. No, I'm no longer broken. I had to get whole finally, guys. And it took a while to get there. It really did. It took me a while. It took me actually a few situationships to get whole. But I finally got there last year, September 2020. I'd read something to one of my friends who told me, Gloria, you don't love yourself. And I was like, what do you mean? She said, you don't have any self-love. And I was like, what do you mean? Yes, I do. I love myself. She said, no, you don't, Gloria. She said, you need to, figure out you. So that's when, like from July until September, that's when I discovered she was right. I didn't love myself Because if you love yourself, you do not devalue yourself for a man or for anybody. So, or for love. And that's what I've been doing, honestly, since I was probably 16, 18 years old. Definitely 18 years old. When I first went off to college, my mama told me, don't be no fool. And I was a fool because I was putting M's over my eyes before the first boyfriend with my, because I love makeup. And I would put his initials were MM. So I'm going to call him Mr. Man. But I put M's over my eyes. My girlfriend still teases me about it to this day, which, hey, I have to take it because I was dumb, right? So, and he was about 12 years older than me. So I should have not gotten involved with him anyway. And my supervisor at the time, because I worked from the time I started college until, like, I guess I had my first child. So my supervisor had already told me, he was like, Swain, that guy means you no good. Don't mess with him. He's a loser. Of course, you tell somebody that and they go running right into the fire, right? So he was a loser, guys. He was a loser. He was playing me. He was playing his fiance. I don't know where he is today, and I don't even care. but y'all know how it is with the first one. You lose your mind. But ladies, I'm just trying to warn you. Whether you are 16, 18, 95, don't be no fool. Just like my mama said. Don't, because I learned so much. Honestly, I've learned so much in the past 3 years, almost 3.5 years now of being in Los Angeles. And I don't deal with any of these men here at all. I am enjoying my solitude time. I'm loving the fact that I am single and I'm so not ready to mingle and I get so much done. But I'm so glad, getting back to this Tinder Swindler. I didn't want to give anything away, and that's why I'm just telling you a little story about me. But be careful, ladies. Please be careful. And men, you be careful too, because you got some women who are like gigolos. So be careful too. But ladies, the minute they start asking you for your money, asking you for your loving, asking you stuff that you know that you wouldn't do, that person is not in your corner, guys. They're not for you. So just be careful, ladies. That's all I'm going to say. I'm so glad I watched it, and knowledge is power, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Never, ever, ever get your heart defrauded. I'm telling you, these men out here are not who they appear to be, a lot of them. Thank God if you have a good one. I mean, they're few and far between. Thank God if you have a good one. But guys, be careful, ladies. All right, guys, I love you. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. And please make certain you watch that Netflix show, a Tinder Swindler, okay? Alrighty, take care, guys. Bye-bye.